This is Mujib from North Country Kettlebells. Today I'm going to take a moment and talk a little bit about using kettlebells for active recovery and for active recovery sets. Now, one of the best things about the kettlebell being such a versatile implement is that it could be used like you might use any other exercise tool for active recovery. So like I might use a jump rope and do 30 jumps or 15 double unders. I could do kettlebell swings or kettlebell hand switches. Like I might use a punching bag and do a number of combinations. I could do goblet clean and squats and goblet lunge. In the same way that I might do a quick jog down and back, I could do snatches or a clean and push press, right? Just like I might use any other thing for my exercise practice to recover from the main set that I'm doing, I can throw a kettlebell in there. The main characteristic that I'm looking for is that it elicits a response, but it doesn't tax out my main working set. And so let's take a moment right now and look at a couple of ways that I like to incorporate kettlebells for active recovery. So when I think about using kettlebells for active recovery, I really think about my own introduction to kettlebell training and the fact that when I first started using them, I was so green to weightlifting that the real meat of my workouts would have been push-ups or pull-ups or some boxing drill or some other calisthenic drill, and my kettlebell work really would have only been used for the active recovery between those working sets. So I might do a set of push-ups for 25 reps or something, and then I'm just gonna hop up and do a quick set of 3 push presses on each side, right? Just as a way of kind of adding a little bit of cherry on top work, as I've talked about before. Or I might do a set of pull-ups and then hop down off the bar and do a set of around the worlds with figure eights, 5 repetitions in each direction, followed by some simple goblet squats. The main reason was because I didn't have the skill or ability to feel comfortable or confident doing much of anything else. But in doing the things that I did know how to do and that I did feel comfortable doing, I could put the kettlebells to immediate use, and then I could gain the benefit that they really had to offer me. And this proved to be highly effective in the formation of my kettlebell progression and my program as a whole. One of the main reasons why I love the kettlebell training practice is because the sets can be both very quick and very effective. Like the idea of using a simple set of 10 two-handed swings to cycle out of some higher intensity work and having that 10 two-handed swings feel easy. So again, if I'm doing something like a heavy back squat or anything else that's going to tax me out, then when I put that down, I can jump over, do some simple two-handed swings just to kind of let my heart rate return back to some level while still giving myself some active work to do. And then I can just quickly move back on from that. So very quick, very effective, very impactful. And if I'm looking at using the kettlebell for every movement within a workout, then it just becomes about choosing the right weights and rep and set schemes that feel reasonable for active recovery versus the work that I'm doing for my working set. So again, if I'm doing a 6 repetition set of push presses at my level 3 kettlebell, then something like an easy goblet clean and squat set at my level 1 kettlebell can act as a great active recovery in between those sets. I basically think about it like sprinkling some good easy work in between sets of good hard work. I also love the kettlebell for active recovery because of the benefit that we get from doing some sets of moderate weight push presses or snatches or goblet clean and squats. It's just another way of doing something that has a high impact and a highly beneficial effect in between my working sets that might be the primary reason why I'm working out in the first place. Using them simply as a way of saying, hey body, look what I can do when I'm fatigued or when I'm breathing heavily. So you're doing a sled push, you're doing a row, you're doing a deadlift, doing a bench press. Well, add some kettlebell work in between the sets of those movements and give the body a challenging task that simply demonstrates the continuation of ability when we're at various stages of fatigue. And this is really just going to reinforce our overall formidability, letting my body know that even though I'm tired, even though I had to stop what I was just doing, look at what I can still perform in the sense of overall strength or movement precision or any of the other things that these movements might demonstrate. It's basically telling my body and my brain that kettlebell presses and goblet clean and squats are the light work now, and that my movements can be seen as more advanced, or my progression can be seen as being farther along, because the very things that I learned how to do originally and that seemed like so much work now are actually just the easy recovery work that I'm doing in between my major sets. The twofold effect here is that in between my sets, I'm staying active and I'm further ingraining all of the right movements into my muscle memory by making these movements commonplace or superficial enough that I can just throw them in wherever I want them to be. And so I always recommend keeping a kettlebell around and using it as an active recovery implement during any sort of workout set. And the more advanced that the lifter is, the more complex and intricate the active recovery sets can become. I can do two-handed swings and roll right into goblet clean and squats. I can do snatches and hand switches, or any number of timed sets, right? A minute of work, and then 30 seconds of rest, and then 30 seconds of kettlebell work, and then another minute of heavy work, something like that. So there you have it. Adding kettlebells for active recovery as a great way to integrate that training practice into whatever current training practice you have going on from wherever your skill level currently is. Put a kettlebell in between exercises as a way of catching your breath or as a way of maintaining a high level of capacity, and you'll really reap a lot of the benefits from the dynamics of kettlebell training as a whole. You can learn more about kettlebell training by visiting northcountrykettlebells.com, where you can also reach out with any questions or comments that you have regarding the training. You can follow me on Instagram at @NCKettlebells and on Facebook at North Country Kettlebells. You can also find more North Country Kettlebells videos on YouTube and on Vimeo by searching North Country Kettlebells and subscribing to the page there. For now, this is Mujib from North Country Kettlebells talking about using kettlebells for active recovery. Enjoy.